LXXXII, TMG.
What's mental? But yeah, coaching back to the players. Steph Curry, talk to me. Is he above this man in the rankings?
No.
With that chip, fourth ring,
Three.
one more ring than him, and one less Finals MVP, and one less regular season MVP. No
Not
defensive
above
team.
Larry Bird. Because do you know what has Steph in the top 10 now is that his impact in the game, like changed the game.
Yeah, of course.
Larry Bird made the game.
Made it, did he?
He made it what it is today. It's part of the reason. So unfortunately, for that reason, I can't put Steph above him. You can't put him. And the listening one white guy at the top. It's a bit mad. No white ones. That man was winning championships because technically, guy like Bob Cousy should be in the list.
Why?
Because he was revered as the greatest player of all time before.
Was he?
Yeah, at one point. They thought he was the greatest player of all
Who
time.
thought was the best player?
Well, 1960s, 70s.
They thought he was better than Bill Russell.
Fam, Cousy was like the pioneer. Him and think about Mikan, Cousy, Bill Russell.
Yeah, but I never heard
Bill Russell was never considered the best player in basketball.
I never heard Cousy being considered. I heard more Russell.
Hey, bro, you better check Cousy up.
I've heard about Cousy, but I never heard him considered the best.
They're considering him the best player in the first 20 years. They thought it was the best player.
Over Wilt and Russell.
The most winners. I think it was over Wilt and Russell.
Well, he's not the most winners. Russell's the most. Well, Russell's the only one with 11 rings.
The only one with 11 rings, but at that time, they considered Bob Cousy one of the best players.
Where do you hear this from?
Bill Simmons.
What, the Book of Basketball?
Yeah.
Is that what
He's a historian as well. I listen to historians, guys that were there at that time. Do you know what?
Bill Russell wasn't there. No, sorry, not Russell. Bill Simmons wasn't there at that time.
He listened to someone that was.
So now you want to listen to historians?
Yeah, he told me to listen to historians.
No, I can't convince.
He's revered as one of the greatest. Just shout him
Yeah,
out.
well, he's one of the greatest. I'm not going to dispute that, but I've never, from my research, I've never heard him being spoken about above Bill Russell or Wilt Chamberlain. So this is news to me. But I'm always willing to learn. So,
No, but no, not that it was for the first 20 years, up to a point. Obviously, then before, remember, black players weren't even allowed to play in basketball.
Bill Russell's got more rings than him. Bill Russell was there when he was
Yeah,
there.
I know, but there was a time when they considered the greatest player of all time in the first 20 years.
But Bill Russell was.
But then obviously now Bill Russell and Wilt.
No, but I don't get it because Bill Russell was in those first 20 years.
Bill Russell is a great player. Yes. But Bob Cousy, they consider him one of the greatest.
Yeah, but you're not making sense. You're saying he was considered great.
One of the best. They just consider him one of the
You
best.
said he was considered the greatest in the first 20 years, but Bill Russell was in those first 20 years from start to finish. Hence why I said Bill Russell has more rings.
First start to finish, let me think.
But that's why I said Bill Russell has more rings than him. Unless you're talking about an ABA.
Let me check.
Bill Russell only got 11 rings. So that means Cousy joined later.
Let me check Bob Cousy's rings.
He doesn't have 11. I think he has 9.
Did he start? He might have.
Unless it was a different team.
He's the Houdini of the hardwood.
Yeah. How many rings does he have? 9? 8?
He was a key. Let me check. He's regarded as the first great point guard. Maybe that's what I was thinking. No, but
How many rings does he have? 9.
6.
And then 6.
57, 59, 63. When did Bill Russell come? So 6.
Cousy's got 6.
Yeah, man.
Michael Jordan, hey.
Yeah, no one's gonna hear his Michael Jordan. Wait, 56. Oh wow, Russell got rings.
He got 11.
He won 7 straight. That's crazy. Well, whatever, cause well, Steph is 10th, isn't it?
10th.
He's got good debate about Kobe.
You have
Got
10th.
good debates about Shaq. I think he's 10th.
Can you list your 1 to 10 or do you need to rethink?
Let me go. I want to go from the top downwards. Jordan 1, LeBron 2, 3 Curry, 4 Magic. I've changed my list, obviously.
No, do what you want to do. You want to be different. You can put Tim Duncan back and forth. It's fine.
5.
Can you imagine this guy had Tim Duncan
Tim
over
D.
Magic Johnson?
5 Larry. 6 Timmy D.
So wait, so you got Timmy D below Larry as well now?
Yeah.
So pause. What made you come back to your senses?
Come back. I had to just obviously reflect on the impact they had in the game of basketball. Because without them, we wouldn't have our NBA. NBA was in tape delay. it's just more than just basketball with those two guys, and they really brought basketball to the forefront.
Turns out, I'm not mad about Tim Duncan over Larry. You can have that, to be fair.
Well, I'll check my list.
Fair enough.
So 6, Timmy D.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough. Now it gets dicey because now the guys are. I don't want to put Kobe top. I don't think Kobe. Shaq, 7.
Mm-hmm.
8. Bill Russell.
Mm-hmm.
9. Hickey.
Mm-hmm.
10. Steph Curry. So Kobe's out of my list.
So left out Kobe. Left out Will. You
Uh,
left him at-
Yeah, I would never leave it put Morton.
I saw you put Giannis in there.
I did.
Giannis is there.
Yeah.
So I think Giannis will overtake Steph in probably 3-4 years. So obviously you left out your own guy Giannis. No Julius Erving. No Moses.
I was never putting Julius Erving in there.
No.
Moses Malone is like 16.
No Isaiah Thomas.
No way.
And no KD.
That's like 16th. If
Okay.
you go top 16, then you got those guys in there. And KD is like, KD's legacy just is. It's just interesting. I can't place him. I don't know whether to place him in the list.
We'll have to wait for. Well, he's taking a slide, to say the amount.
Yeah, it's just taking the slides. It's just
Especially
unfortunate.
the way, because if the Golden State won and he just had a normal KD playoffs, maybe got to a conference final, maybe in the final, even if we lost the Golden State in the final, fair enough. But to get swept in that manner is just ridiculous. But yeah, for me, my list doesn't change. It doesn't change.
Yeah, change. What's the list?
What I would say, if I was to say about it, Steph Curry is now legitimately in the conversation.
So he's 11th.
I don't know if he's 11th. But
He's better than Isaiah Thomas now.
yes, he's now legitimately in the conversation for top 10. Before, even though, like I said, I used to put Isaiah Thomas over him, and it wasn't in the conversation. I still think that's a lot closer than most people give it credit for. But anyways, so obviously I got MJ up top, number 1.
Yeah.
LeBron James number 2, Kareem 3, Magic 4. I have Bill Russell 5. I have Larry Bird 6. Tim Duncan 7. And then I have Wilt 8. Between Hakeem and Wilt, it's very fluid. Because even from Tim Duncan to 10 is very fluid. But I still say Wilt 8, Hakeem 9, and I have Shaq 10. That leaves guys like Kobe, Irvin, Steph, that's Julius Erving rather, Steph, KD, Moses Malone, Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas is your guy though. I'm really surprised.
Those 5 or 6 guys that were knocking around. I'm not sure if I said Moses Malone, if I did, but yeah, those guys are in and around. And Steph, you can have him as high as 11th. Doesn't crack 10th for me. He will need another Finals MVP and chip probably to get in over Shaq. If he does do that, then yeah, I'll have him for Shaq. I mean, I've seen some lists that have Steph as high as 7.
High as 7.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. But what I would say, because I was watching do some research on Steph, his impact is crazy. Even not just how people play the game and the gravity defense and the impact, blah blah blah. But actually, at basketball, his impact to wins and losses. According to Jimmy Highroller off YouTube, very respected YouTube channel, basketball YouTube channel.
What's his name again?
Jimmy Highroller.
You should have Ryan Michelle talk about Steph Curry. If you want to know about his real plus minus compared to greats.
This is what I want to do. I mean, there's maybe you got it from Ryan Michelle. He got some statistics saying how many percentage wins for having him on the court and him off the court. So games he plays, games he doesn't play. How many percentage wins does he add to his team? Guess what Steph Curry is?
73%.
No, it's not that high. Percent, not games, percent.
Of games he impacts.
So when he plays, they win this percentage more. When he doesn't play,
Oh, is it like, okay, 20, 25%?
close. A bit higher.
Higher?
Yeah.
That's a mad. So that's the percentage difference between when he plays and when he... Is it above 30?
Slightly.
32?
But yeah, 32.2. he has the highest out of all the guys in the conversation for top 10 and stuff.
He said that if you take his top 5 best years, compare it to any great, for the highest plus minus.
You can do that, yeah. That's fine. LeBron is second, 30%. And I believe Jordan is third with about 25%. So you can make a solid case for Steph Curry to be top 10. I'm never going to deny that. I mean,
what's your reservations with Steph Curry being top 10? Because all said and done, if you were to look at his life career in totality, let's say 20 years from now, you're not going to look at his flaws. You won't look at his flaws really.
I would.
You wouldn't, but people generally don't.
Well, people generally, yeah, because they're casual. They don't. They weren't. But I would.
But we don't look at Isaiah Thomas and say, let me see all his years and say, he retired at 33. Wasn't really averaging over 20 points a game when he was winning championships. People don't really do that for certain.
No, people do. That's why some people have him like the ESPN rankings have him like below 20.
That's nuts.
Because they do all this statistical thing, probably shooting percentage at the time, didn't average 20 points, even though he averaged like almost 10 assists or 11 assists, that sort of stuff.
I think
he played real defense. I'm not sure if he got into the defensive teams of the year though, but I don't know defensive teams. I'm not sure actually, but he played defense.
Do you know the question about Steph coming at the right time? Steve Nash is actually basically enabled the door for someone like Curry to be what he is today.
Steve Nash is the first iteration.
And the first iteration
is like flipping Julius Erving and not just Julius Erving and Michael Jordan. There's a guy before, the guy David Thompson, and even before that you have guys like Elgin Baylor and they're all
they're all part of the same cycle.
Open doors. And that's where LeBron is a bit difficult because they don't really have a LeBron before LeBron.
Well, Son Kemp. That's what guys were saying.
I mean,
he's a 6'8" LeBron is a do-it-all utility player. There's no one ever been like him. He's a one of one.
I mean, people try to say because of his physical nature, Walt and Shaq, but
it's not.
They didn't really have the
They're not nimble like him.
Yeah, they didn't have the do-it-all in terms of shooting and stuff. So, I mean, since LeBron, you've seen other guys. You've seen guys like, especially Giannis, that come in trying to do it all.
There's a lot of 6'8" guys that, in the NBA now, like what they want, build themselves as LeBron stoppers. It's wings are hard. It's hard to build wings. But even those wings are long.
Sorry to interrupt. The one guy people did say probably scored Pippen.
But it's not
actually, to be honest, even Magic Johnson, to be fair.
It's more Magic, but Magic is nothing like him, to be honest.
Yeah, Magic's not as physical. Like, not the supreme athlete that LeBron is. Not as quick, not as strong. Not obviously the better playmaker, not as good scorer, but the physicality aspects. IQ's on the same level, but the physicality aspects is night and day. Magic had like 20-30% more physical attributes than boy we're talking.
But Magic's mentally.
Then again, if LeBron could shoot a free throw like Magic, LeBron probably have
mentally what Magic did mentally is probably on the same level as LeBron.
Yeah, IQ the man's neck and neck.
There's a lot of things LeBron, if he ends up at 4 championships, let's say Steph wins next year, will people start arguing and saying that Steph's better player than LeBron?
People are already arguing that now.
But I can never argue that. I don't ever see that. LeBron's impact is just larger, bigger. I would never say that Steph's better than him.
For me to say...
Even if he won 10, I'll be like, no.
If Steph won... No, come on. That comes to a point. If Steph happened, he's got 4. If Steph won like 2 more and got 2 finals MVPs, then I could begin to entertain the conversation.
He's not winning next year.
Well, we have to wait and see. But if you
got the Clippers are... I could put money on it. They're not winning it next year. Because regardless of it, Clippers might not win. But if they face the Clippers, they're not beating them. They're not beating the Clippers. They're not beating a fully healthy Denver. They're not beating those teams.
Kawhi might go down again. Who knows, man? You guys are not reliable.
Yeah, but Steph might go down. Steph might hurt his ankle. Yeah, he might hurt his leg. Or Clay.
Why they're not beating the Clippers?
I just think they have too much. The Clippers are full-strength Clippers. With the wings that they have, no.
So it's tough. Kawhi, PG, who else?
Batum, Powell, Covington. They've got so many wings. Reggie Jackson, Norman Powell.
Oh, you're a fan of him.
They have so many wings. They have tennis, man. They're built with depth. It's hard to beat them.
This may be controversial. I do believe Kawhi is a better player than Curry, even though he's not been around for last season.
Probably.
I mean,
and when they face each other in the finals,
when Kawhi's ready, he's automatically a top 5 player when he's at his best.
See, the only thing is, I'm hearing some rumors that the Clippers might trade for Kyrie. They got pieces for him.
But to be honest, Ty Lue maybe control him.
Can't control it. Who knows, man? Whoever trades for Kyrie, you're not winning nothing.
But yeah, more on Steph. Remember I said last episode, the best shooting performance ever. And I've seen gone back and wrote down those statistics. So he shot 44% from 3 off 71 attempts, 53% on his 2s.
Bear in mind, he went 0 for 9 in one game.
There you go. 1.35 points per jumper. You know how insane that is? Average distance of 25.3 feet
That's crazy.
per jumper.
That's crazy.
85.71% for the free throw line.
Against the number one defense and the defensive player of the year.
Number one defensive player of the year, who's, you know, at least before, I believe it was game 4, 5, and 6. Curry's.
And I saw you put up some stupid stats about his defensive.
Who, Curry?
Yeah. Don't bring that. I don't want to see that stuff.
That's not stupid.
He does not defend any on one-on-one.
Huh?
He does this hedging thing.
Well, all I'm saying is Curry.
He does this hedging thing. Where he's like, oh, he's coming, and then he shakes.
All I'm saying, Curry.
He's not that close to defender for this.
All I'm saying, Curry's a better defender than people give him credit for. And you know,
Oh yeah, when you're protecting him whenever he plays. Let me see him one-on-one, man of the man. No stupid hedging.
hey, he's handsy. He always puts in effort. He's smart. Comes up with smart stills, not just being
He's
passing.
looking at Golden State. Golden State is a well-oiled
Hey,
machine.
flipping teams had him on a mismatch and they didn't capitalize as much as they should have. I remember a couple times he stripped Horford at least once.
Horford, I don't know.
I mean, you know what I mean?
But he was screaming out. Do you know what? Horford gives me the air like he's a Republican or something like that.
There's nothing wrong with that. Don't be a Republican.
Just can't trust that man. Can't trust him. I'll trust him for some reason. I know you trust him.
You rather him be a Democrat.
I don't know who they are. Who they are.
He's entitled to his own political
All I know is that Robert Williams, if he was fit, the series might have been different.
If shoulda, woulda, coulda. If buts.
Why you a hater, man?
I'm not saying.
You're a hater, man.
Hater of who?
A hater of just loving off Steph today. Steph love fest.
I'd say it's not my top 10. So how am I loving him? Because most people most people of this generation are gonna disagree with me.
You're gonna have to give it time. But why?
You don't watch film. That's why.
Why would it? Why would
watch the black and white footage?
He's in a short list of people with 4 finals, to win 4 finals, have a finals MVP and a league MVP. How many people even have that? You got Magic, LeBron, Bill Russell.
Well, he would have had one, but they didn't have finals MVPs. I think
Kobe,
Shaq, Tim.
That's not a long
Jordan.
list.
Well, now he's got 3 rings.
It's not a long list.
So you got 8 guys. He's part of 9. Yes. I need a bit more to win with Hakeem and Shaq.
See, a lot of people don't even have Hakeem in the top 10.
Yeah, because they don't.
No, they say he's tarnished because Michael wasn't there. I don't believe Michael would have won 8 rings in the first place.
No,
So.
I don't think he would. But Hakeem, I mean, Hakeem's very unfortunate because Ralph Sampson fell down with injuries.
It would have been a challenge. They were already beating the Lakers back then anyway, when he was
Got to the
fit.
final in his 3rd season. I mean, Hakeem is the truth. I mean, both ends of the court, monster. I mean, in his rings, even though Michael wasn't there, he won them with basically role players. His first one at least. And Clyde Drexler was a bit over the hill. Hakeem is the real deal. I mean, you can make a case. In my opinion, he's the most talented big man ever. You can make a case that he's, pound for pound the best big man ever. Maybe not into the success of that, but Hakeem is unreal. Shaq, he left a lot on the table. Shaq should be in a GOAT conversation if we're being realistic. And then Wilt. I mean, yeah, if Steph wins another finals MVP, another ring, he can take care of those boys. Well, at least, yeah, I could probably put him above Shaq and Hakeem, and probably Wilt as well. Maybe, yeah. So he can go right up to potentially 8th.
8.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. 8. One more finals. What is one more finals? One day for him.
I told you, another finals. MVP.
If he wins an MVP, finals, MVP, and finals.
Or MVP as well this season, I'll still put him to what?
Remember, he's the only unanimous MVP.
That means he'll be 5 with 3 MVPs and 2 finals MVPs. How many does Tim now has? 3 finals MVPs. I'll still put him 8th because Tim's defensive capabilities. Remember that stat I brought up? I think it's the Wolf stats. Basically says Tim's the best offensive and defensive player to ever live, based on that stat. And so
I need to keep a space. There's 2 people coming for spaces in that top 10 soon.
Giannis.
Giannis And that boy from Slovenia was coming for that spot. Then, man, the new gen, there's going to have to be someone from the new gen that's stepping up. I thought Tatum might be the guy.
It's Giannis, man. Giannis is clear.
No, but they're even younger than Giannis. Giannis is what, 27, 28?
Maybe sometimes you skip a generation.
Yeah, true.
We'll see. I mean, Luka has the best chance, I guess, but we'll see if he can.
Think about it, there's a man
translate
from every generation like this. I said, for those. Kareem is basically 70s, yeah. 70s and 80s. 2000s is Kobe.
Well, that's going to be my top 10, so yeah.
But 2000s is Shaq.
Oh, yeah, true. Oh, yeah.
And Tim?
Yeah, 2020 to be Giannis.
But Giannis better team up with someone. Cause
He's fine. Chris needs to go down. Definitely win the whole thing.
you know, win it. Over Golden State.
Yeah.
The cloud is hanging.
Drew Holiday.
They've still got Golden State number 1 now, just to tell you.
Because they won. That's why people think they win the next season. But Chris Williams was there. I think they knock out Celtics in 6.
Do you think the West is stronger or weaker now? Just a quick look. With guys coming back, you still think they're number 1?
Or West over East.
West and East, both. Everyone coming back. Everyone's fit.
I don't know, man. We have to see how they play out. But on
I know you're a
paper,
man that's apprehensive about making predictions.
no,